Hello, welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel. I'm Zahra. It is a cloudy day, but the lighting to me seems good, so hopefully to you it seems good as well. We are going to spend a weekish, a little bit less than a week, trying to get me out of a reading slump. Actually, if you're in a reading slump, we can try to get through a reading slump together. I'm on the hunt for a book that I cannot put down. I have several contenders for that. I have a few rules, unwritten rules, that I'm gonna list out now. So number one is books that have been on my TBR list for a long time that I feel like I'll really enjoy. Rule number two is books that I have gotten out from the library specifically. So there are several books that I've been dying to read that I keep checking out of the library or renewing my loans on the library, and then I just never get around to them, so I ended up like returning a lot of them. I still have holds on some of them I have them on my Goodreads, so I'm gonna go through and see like which one of those sound interesting to me that I've had access to or that I'll have access to right now. And then number three is that I'm going to try to read about 10% of every single book before I decide whether I'm going to put it down or I'm going to continue it. Okay, so let me show you the books that I have right now. I actually last night finally updated my little Kindle library loan list. So the one that I'm reading right now that I'm about 50% of the way through is A Dark and Drowning Tide. I will say that I'm enjoying it, but it's a little bit slow going. So I've been reading a little bit. I think I've told you guys this before. It's like my before bed book. So I've been reading like a little bit of it every night or sometimes in the morning when I wake up. Oh, I forgot to mention this too. The other element of this video is also that I'm going to be tracking / really conscious about my screen time. I wanted to talk about this in my June wrap-up video and like my life update video, but I got really distracted because I had to keep going around my house and I just kind of forgot what I was gonna write because I didn't write everything that I was gonna say down. In June, I was actually on my way to go to Iran to visit my family and my friends. I was gonna be there for about 5 weeks to see like obviously my loved ones and also see my country, and I was really excited because I was hoping that I'd be able to make vlogs and show you guys Iran. I really wanted to like document my travels there because I usually go in the summers to visit. When I was on my flight, I was literally on my flight from Boston to Turkey, and then the next flight was supposed to be from Turkey to Tehran is when the attacks happened. And part of the reason that I got into the reading slump is because I just could not focus on anything else other than keeping up with the news because I was so worried about like my family and my friends. So I didn't read at all, and I also ended up falling back into my really bad screen time habits. I was constantly online. I was constantly on Instagram. I was constantly on TikTok, just like looking for like news videos, and it's become like kind of a habit again. And I've noticed like a direct correlation between like my mental health and my screen time usage. So I'm trying to get back into like a normal amount of usage. I don't think that I don't believe in the idea that you shouldn't follow the news or whatever purely for your mental health. I feel like the least anyone can do is be aware of what's going on, but at the same time I do think there's a balance between drowning in information and being constantly on it and like being informed. And if I could show you guys my screen time from that time, I literally was like, I was clocking double digits. Like that's how online I was. I have slowed that down and that's kind of gotten like way less, but I what's it called? I like updated the settings on my Opal app that I downloaded. This is not sponsored, by the way. I think that's obvious, but I heard about Opal from like multiple people. So I reconfigured the settings on there and I've limited, it's still high. Like I would ideally spend like 10 minutes max across apps, but the two apps that I use the most is Instagram and TikTok. So I've set limits for those. I think I put 30 minutes for TikTok and 45 minutes for Instagram because I do use Instagram also to like post about my videos and post about what I'm reading. So I felt like I needed more time. Maybe that's an excuse. But I set those limits, and then I also have blocked off certain times in my day where I'm not allowed to go on my phone. It does give you the option to take breaks sometimes, which I do sometimes if I like need to. Again, like maybe that's an excuse. You never really need social media. But like, for example, today is one of my friend's birthdays and I wanted to post her. So I went and I did that. Or last night I wanted to post about the video that I posted yesterday and I needed to. But right now from around, I think it's 11 or 10:30 p.m. all the way till 8:30 p.m. it's blocked because I usually wake up around 7ish. So I don't want like social media to be the first thing that I do when I pick up my phone. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is that I have it blocked from like 11 to 2 because I consider that my like work hours for like work I'm doing at home or if I'm on my laptop or whatever. I do kind of want to introduce an afternoon block, but I'm giving myself time to kind of get used to this current like schedule that I've set out for my like inaccessibility to social media, because I like setting up, I'm going on such a big tangent, I know, but I really like setting it up so that like I don't use it during times that I don't need to, and then I have like a few hours open where like I can intentionally use the apps, because at the end of the day I do appreciate that social media has not just connected us but caused us to be more informed in a way that we had never been before, as like heartbreaking as that also is. So that's like the outline in terms of like screen time, and I'm just trying to like kind of get back into reading. Honestly, I feel like I'm relearning how to read low-key, because my attention has been so bad the last like literally all of June, and the only reason I read any books was honestly because I was on my drive down to Texas. Okay, so with all of that set up, I will show you guys throughout the week. I also have like other things scheduled and planned in my day, but I can bring you guys along with that. It's just sometimes I'm like, if I'm just gonna be sitting down and filling out applications, like that's probably gonna be kind of weird. I'm not gonna count Dark and Drowning Tide. We're gonna start with each of these, but I'm gonna kind of go in whatever order that I want. I have a sneaking suspicion that Lily Blue is gonna like immediately capture my attention because I just love the Raven Boys series so far. But I am going to start with Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood because I think I have like 7 days left on the loan, and I do want to try and read it beforehand. We'll see if I enjoy it because I'm not going to force myself. The whole thing with this is also that I just don't want to force myself because I don't want to put myself into a reading slump, because the reason I'm in a reading slump at all is literally because of Lolita. All right, so we're going to start with Ali Hazelwood. Let's see if she can say it was, because I did really like Bride. It was so funny. Like, it was actually crazy. Update, I am at 10%. I think I'm at 11%. Let me check. Yeah, I'm at 10%. And so far, Chef's Kiss. Actually, this is low-key better than the other ones that I've listened to. Actually, I think this is the first Ali Hazelwood book that I've read myself. Like, I usually read romances via audiobook, but it's actually so exciting. It's so fun so far. Let me tell you what's going on. So basically, we have this main character, Maya, who has flown to Italy for her brother's wedding. Her brother is Eli, her brother's fiance is Rue, and she's in love with her. Actually, let me close this because it literally like thinks that I'm reading so slowly, even though I'm not. Okay, anyways, because it like calculates your time remaining based off of like how long it takes you to flip through the pages. Anyway, she's in love with her brother's best friend slash partner, like business partner, who is like way older than her. So what does the cover say? It just says problematic summer romance, right? But doesn't the cover say like age gap? No, it doesn't. Why did I knew it was age gap, but I don't know how. Probably when people were talking about it. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna keep going and see how much I can read up until tonight, and then I'll update you guys tonight if I don't forget and if I don't fall asleep. But we're off to a good start for this reading slump journey. The journey to not be in a reading slump anymore. Okay, goodbye for now.
Made up, you know?
Guys, I've got an announcement to make. Ellie.
Hello. It is day 2 of me trying to get out of reading slump, and I have to say, I feel like I'm out of it already because this book is so entertaining and it's such a brain off book. Like, I'm just feeling that I don't have to think about anything else. Like, I can just think about what's happening in the book, and it's just so silly. So basically, I think I already explained most of it. So basically, this girl goes to her brother's wedding. It's probably really loud, actually. Even lower. I turned on like a rain sounds thing. I like to listen to rain sounds while I read now. Read or write, actually. So she goes to her brother's wedding, which is in Italy, and this guy who is like at least 10 years older than her, I think, is there, and she's had a crush on him for like 3 years. And she's 23, so she's had a crush on him since she was 20, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just so silly, goofy. But you know what's crazy is that like listening to the book makes it sound like the writing is less developed than like reading it myself, which is really odd. But I think it's because sometimes the narrators, when they approach romance books, which I get why they do that, by the way, but like I'm realizing that like when they narrate romance books, they usually, I don't know, they do something with their voice that makes it sound a little less developed. Okay, I'm going to pick up a little friend and I will introduce you guys. Reading update. She's turning on 76%, and I'm having so much fun, so I feel like my reading slump is defeated. I also want to show you guys my outfit, but I don't know how I can do that. Ignore these clothes. Ignore these clothes. I need to pick them up, but I can't right now. She's not interested in herself. Hello. Oh my gosh. She's very new, so she's like super curious about like everything around her. finished Problematic Summer Romance, which was so fun. Like, it's actually crazy how fun that book was. That one I did blow through. Like, I read it so fast, and I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but it was a really good palate cleanser, and it was really good. I'll get into it like more at the end of the video or something, or maybe at like my wrap up. I did finally finish A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Saft. That one I have feelings about because there were elements of it that I really liked, and then there were other parts of it that I was I like growing more and more bored with, or like exasperated with as I was reading on. That one, I finished that one yesterday, I think. And then I finally started Gideon the Ninth, so I think you can see it here. After reading Problematic Summer Romance, the other two books that I've been like reading is Dark and Drowning Tide and now Gideon the Ninth. I feel like I'm moving more like back towards fantasy, which I'm really excited about because like fantasy's always been my favorite genre to read, so I'm really glad that I'm getting back into it. I think the other book that I really want to read during this vlog is Blue Lily, Lily Blue, because like I've been enjoying the Raven Cycle series so much, and I kind of want to like keep reading it. I'll give you guys an update once I finish, or maybe throughout Gideon the Ninth. I've been going through it really fast. On the screen time front, I'm very pleased to let you guys know that I have significantly, over the last week, I've significantly decreased it. There were a few days in between that I was like really spending a lot of time on my phone again, just like going to the doctor and like following up on appointments and stuff a lot, which has been kind of stressful. And there's like a direct correlation between my stress going up and my screen time going up. It's not that my screen time makes my stress go up, it's that my stress makes me go on my phone more, and then my phone makes my screen time go up. So that's been fun, but thankfully I think today's the third day that I've been doing like pretty good with screen time. I've been still using the app Opal to kind of like block off, not just like limit how much time I can spend on the apps, but it's also blocking off times that I can even access them, which I really like, because then like when I allocate like 30 minutes on Instagram, for example, right now I reduced TikTok to 15 minutes and I changed Instagram to 45 minutes, I think. And it like, I have those limits there, but I also have like blocks of time during the day where I don't need to, like I can't access them. And that works really well for me, because like when I try to access them at like 10:30, because right now I have a block that's from 10 p.m. to 8:30 a.m., which that one's pretty much been easy, because like at night I'll just like read, I'll pick up my book instead of my phone. And then I have one block that's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then I have another block that I've called my reading time from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So any other time during the day I can access the apps. If you can hear that, that's Mushi. She's in her litter box. But basically, because I set it up this way, it like, I don't know why psychologically it seems to like work better for me when I try to log on to Instagram, for example. When I try to open it and it's like, oh no, you're on like your reading session right now, because my 6 to 8 p.m. is reading session. It doesn't bother me because I'm like, okay, I'll access it after 8 p.m. Whereas what I noticed was when I only had the time limits, I would eat it up really fast, and then I'd reach the block and I'd want to reset it. So I don't know, psychologically I feel like delaying it rather than feeling like I'm delaying it rather than restricting it has been really helpful. And what I've noticed is that like in the mornings, the first few days it was not as much like this, but I have noticed that, like, for example, today I didn't think to open Instagram after I tried to open it in the morning a couple times and it was blocked before 8:30 a.m. I completely forgot to open it until around 9:30, and I remember I noticed this specifically today because I was like going through my notifications. It blocks off notifications too. I was going through my notifications and I was like, oh, I have notifications from Instagram. And then I was like, oh, like Instagram's unlocked now. And then I opened it. But yeah. And then a little Mushi update if you're interested. I feel like she's getting kind of used to the house and like getting used to me. Mush means mouse. So her name is Mushi. So her name is Mouse. or Mousy, and she's a really good cat too. She's so sweet. She's a little bit like more scared than I'm used to. Like she's a little more like, what's it called, apprehensive, but I think it's because like she's getting used to a new space, and it's only been a week. She's only been with me for a week, so but yeah, it's like little baby steps. It's so cute. The other night she finally came and like laid on the bed. Like I was laying on the couch and she came breeding, and she came and she like sat next to me on the couch, and I was freaking out because I was like, oh my god, she's sitting next to me. So that's the update for now. I'm gonna try to read, I want to finish Gideon the 9th in this vlog at least, and I think I'm like well on my way because I'm at 17% and I started it yesterday, so I think we'll be good for that. And then if I can fit in Lily Blue, then that'll be fun too. I also have to go and record my first ever mid-year freakout tag, which I'm really excited to do. So I think I'm gonna actually post that one before I post this one. So this vlog's gonna be longer than I thought it was gonna be, like a longer time period, but I'm glad about that because I was kind of bummed when I was like looking at my calendar and I was like, oh, if I want to post it on this day, I only get like 4 or 5 days instead of a full week. I like my vlogs to be like longer than a week as opposed to like less. Sorry for yapping so much, but it is a vlog, so I guess I'm supposed to yap so much. But let's go read Gideon the 9th. Also, I have this one on hold, The Night and the Moth. I'm not reading this one. Anyway. I came swimming and I brought my book, and it's actually really fun. I feel kind of awkward recording, but also I'm hoping nobody's paying attention to me, and they probably aren't. But yeah. So the problem I have is that I keep waiting for the perfect moment to record, and there's never a perfect moment. So I'm going to just record. I just got out of the shower, as you can tell, which actually works really well. But I wanted to give you guys a final update. I think I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here because I have other videos and other vlogs that I want to make, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. It's already been over a week, nearing 2 weeks. But I just want to show you guys. So I finished 3 books during this vlog, or no, 2.5. I finished the first one, which was Problematic Summer Romance, which was really good. I actually ended up buying a copy just because I fully see myself recommending this to my friends. And also I want to reread it at some point. Specifically, I got it from bookshop.org's anti-prime sale. So I also really I love the cartoon covers, me personally. I also finished A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Saft. I'm gonna hold off on my thoughts for that one because I have a lot until my wrap up for July, but I did enjoy it, and I really did like the main character romance. I just feel like there could have been room for more depth, and there wasn't. It felt like the buildup was really slow at the beginning and then just super rushed at the end. My initial thoughts. And then finally, I'm 35% of the way through Gideon the 9th, and I'm surprised that I love this so much so far. It's actually been so interesting and so entertaining. The fantasy is so fascinating. I've never read anything like it. And I really like the constant imagery of just the bones and the tombs, and the way that magic works in this book is also really cool. So I'm really excited to finish this one soon, hopefully too. I'm probably gonna be reading this for the rest of the week. Honestly, I've kind of realized that unless I'm doing different formats, so I have either ebook and an actual physical book, whether it's Kindle or a physical copy, I find it really hard to switch between books. So I'm gonna finish Gideon the 9th before I go towards the next one, which I think is gonna end up being Blue Lily Lily Blue, because ever since I finished the romance novel, which was my palate cleanser, I've been in such a fantasy mood and I'm really riding this high right now. So hopefully it continues. That's my little update, wrapping up the vlog here. I'm sorry if it seems a little bit like scattered. My only excuse is that I've just recently moved and the moving process is just so overwhelming for me personally. I've done it a lot, but every single time it's really difficult and overwhelming, and I don't know, I find it so hard to like film when I'm not like okay. I don't know how to explain it, but like the best example I can give is like the last couple weeks it's been really hard to film just because I've been stressed out with like the doctor's appointments and stuff, and also just like unpacking. So instead of reaching for the camera, because I feel like, I don't know, maybe you guys feel like this too, but it's always like there's this like lump in my throat that I like can't speak even though my mind's racing like a mile a minute. So that's my excuse, but I'm hoping that after July, because I have a really busy July, like just in terms of like things I need to get started, I am hopefully going to be able to post more regularly. I also have some good news too, is that I got a teaching job, so I am going to be back to teaching, which I'm really excited about. But even for that, there's a lot of preparation. So I might make some like teaching vlogs, almost like not actually while I'm teaching, but like making my syllabus and lesson planning and all that. Maybe I'll do that. That might be fun. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for being here with me while I am like introducing Mushi to the world. She's so cute. Hopefully we'll be back more regularly in August, but I will be posting more in July. I have a couple more videos, like the mid-year freak out tag. I still have to post that one. I thought I was gonna get it in before this one, but I'm actually gonna post this one, I think, after that one after this one. Anyway, that was a lot of yapping. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I will hopefully see you guys in another video very soon.